Hi, it's She Rex Mics here, aka Renee on Facebook. Um, just wanted to do like a little video thing on social media. First take didn't go that well or didn't work like I wanted to, so we're doing it a different way. Um, First off, with social media, it's pretty much you got to realize that you're the product, and what you're really doing is content marketing. Um, So it's not really just the music that you're trying to push, but you're trying to push yourself, sell yourself. Um, One of my friends who actually works at, or used to work at Capitol Records until he moved down to North Carolina, was his best advice was you gotta really hold yourself, especially now because you have all this access to stuff you can use to really get your music and your point across. Um, yeah, hold yourself, sell yourself. Pretty much what I learned. Um, but anyway, do here's some do's and don'ts. I'm gonna start from like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. First with Facebook, don't spam other people's walls. It's annoying, and you can lose a fan that way rather than gain a friend. Um, the best thing to do is build a relationship with a person. Inbox them and ask them, hey, my name is such and such. I see, I like your blog or I like what you're doing. I'm really into what you do. And then, hey, check out some of my stuff or whatever. If you don't mind, post this on your page or post this on your blog or can you send a tweet about this on Twitter for me? Do that. Be courteous about it because one, you got people that your grandmas, the mothers, fathers, grandfathers, and all that stuff is on their Facebook page and friends with them on Facebook, so they end up seeing stuff, and you don't want um, your grandmother to see something where somebody posted on your Facebook page about a rap song, especially if their grandmother, mother, whatever is not into rap or whatever. You got to think about what image that person is trying to portray about themselves to the other people that are around them. Um, let's see, another thing you want to do as far as that goes is just if you do get in contact with a person on Facebook that you want to post to their wall or something like that, after you do that, maybe ask them in the middle of you chopping it up with them and stuff. Ask them, hey, can I get your email? So that way, the stuff that I don't put on Facebook, that way, or Twitter or YouTube or whatever, I can, you can get these like exclusively from me, and you can be a part of my email list and a part of my fan base and get exclusive material from me. So that's a plus right there. So especially one thing you should be doing anyway is having a email list so you can do email blasts. Um, the next thing you want to do is post in Facebook groups. Um, Facebook groups, a lot of times, what I've realized is, the people that post in there aren't actually um, looking at other people's posts. So like, John over here makes a post in Facebook group, but he's not actually going and checking out other people's stuff. He's just posting to try to get his music across. So what I tend to do is I try to interact with the people in the Facebook groups, um, and then maybe I end up becoming a fan of them. They become a fan of me. Just make it kind of a mutual thing. Um, the next thing I would say to do is make sure you have a fan page and then engage your audience with that fan page. The reason I say that is because I know this guy. He would put on his fan page, "Hey, what are you guys eating tonight?" Or, "Hey, how's everybody doing today? What's been going on today with everybody?" And people would leave comments and actually say what they were doing and what they were eating and all that stuff. And then he would invite them to like maybe post their links to what they're doing or whatever. Like they had a fan page. He would say, "Hey, post your links to your fan page, and I'll fan you, and we'll fan each other, and we'll promote each other, or whatever, stuff like that." So when he did all that, and then by the time he would put up a video or whatever, or audio from like SoundCloud or a mixtape or something like that, people were ready for it because they were already engaged in the conversation. And sometimes the stuff that he would kind of do prior to that or talk about prior to that had something to do with his mixtape. like if it was like a concept of a song, and then they say, and he wouldn't really be like, hey, this is gonna be on my mixtape. He'll just like talk about like a concept or whatever, and then they say, it's on his mixtape or whatever, or something that was related to it, made it relevant. Um, Another thing that's a big pet peeve of mine is, um, don't do like selfie pictures on your Facebook profile, your fan page, or whatever. I mean, it's good for like your personal profile, but on your fan page, I wouldn't do that. You want the fan page to look as professional as possible. Just mainly because that's how you're going to grab fans. If you're not serious, then your fans are not going to take you seriously. And that's just point blank. Even if you got to get a professional person to do it and invest in somebody that can do some graphics and stuff as far as like your cover photo and all that stuff, do that or whatever if you can't do it yourself. Um, it's just the best thing to do. You want to make yourself look as professional as possible. Uh, some of these things to me really should just be common sense, but since I've realized a lot of artists and rappers don't know this stuff, then I figure I might as well just put it out here on this video. The next thing that I want to talk about is Twitter. You have to recognize with Twitter that you are bigger than your city. You're bigger than your region. You're bigger than even the whole country. Because people from Twitter, especially now with this thing, you got Google Translate, where you can translate pretty much for free. So like if somebody's in China and they're listening to your music or whatever, they can understand English, but they're trying to communicate back to you somehow, and they in Chinese, use Google Translate. Don't be ashamed of that. Um, you got some tools there too, where you can promote yourself as well. Like everybody has said, so I don't have time to be on Twitter and Facebook stuff all day trying to do all this and that and stuff. You got Hootsuite for one. Hootsuite, you can schedule stuff. Like I take about 30 minutes out of my day, maybe 1 or 2 days of the week, and just schedule my tweets and my Facebook posts to come up, at certain times or whatever. Like one of the things I've noticed is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturdays your best days to tweet. Saturdays, I would say, as long as you tweet between like 10 to 6, or 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and that's like, I would say, Eastern time or whatever, then you're pretty good. Um, you're going to get people's attention that way, because some people are on Twitter. I would say 10 to 6 during the week, and then even after that, maybe until about 10 o'clock at night during the week, you can get some good promo in around that time and get people's attention. Um, I use like TweetDeck, Hootsuite a lot, and CoPromote, which CoPromote.com, you can tweet people's information and their stuff, because they're requesting you to tweet their stuff, and on top of that, they tweet yours. So what you do there is I'll try to look for people on CoPromote. They have like a nice following or whatever, and then in return, they look for my following or whatever, and then it's pretty much just exchange tweets and keep it moving. But I've gained fans that way. I've gained some of their fans. They've gained some of my fans. Um, Especially like I would see people that had like 26,000 followers, and then as soon as they tweeted something about what I was doing, bam. Especially make sure when you do that, you put like your @name, so people that click on that can follow you. So that's another thing. Another key thing is hashtags. Make sure you use, this little pound symbol. Make sure you use hashtags that are relevant to what you're tweeting about or talking about or what you're trying to promote. Make sure you use that. Put like hashtag hip hop or hashtag mixtape, hashtag whatever. Just make sure it's relevant to what you're doing, because you got that little search engine thing at the right on the top of Twitter. And if I put hashtag mixtape, then, or if I just put the word mixtape in there, anything that has the word mixtape in that tweet is gonna, in their tweet or in the bio, is gonna come up. So make sure you do that. And a lot of times, I would say do it every so often. Um, just so that way it keeps you relevant. Because, like, the more time goes on, the farther your name gets down that list of those tweets and everything. So make sure you do that every so often just to keep you relevant and keep current on things. Number 3 here, YouTube. Key thing with YouTube is, one, just make sure you got a quality video. Like, don't be posting videos where the beat and the song don't match you got an image like one of them Chinese movies where your mouth is going like this, but the words don't match what you're saying. Don't do that. It's not cool. It kind of makes people lose interest. It makes you then think you're not professional. Makes you think the person that did the video is not professional, and naturally did you a disservice by doing that. Another key thing with YouTube is just to put your contact information in the description. What if, like, a record label finds you or something? What if somebody wants to collab with you because they like your music and they're a fan of you and they're doing the same thing you're doing? They don't have a way to do that. So I would put, like, your Twitter, because then if they follow you on Twitter, then they could, and you follow them back, then they can DM you. Make it so they can have, like, a private conversation with you or whatever, or your fan page or whatever, and then maybe they can friend you on Facebook and they can figure out your real Facebook page, your personal one, or you could see them and just friend them. Your email, but be careful with that, because your email is people can spam you with that. So if I would use, like, an email that I don't quite use every day, or if I just have that email just for that specific reason, because you don't want to get a whole bunch of spam, because people do go on your Twitter page or YouTube and all that stuff and just can get your email and spam the hell out of it. Another thing is, do, like, behind the scenes stuff, like behind the scenes of your video, maybe like a month or 2 weeks to a week before you drop your music video, because it gets people hyped up. Then they can also go back afterwards, and look at it after they've seen the video to see how you made it. So that's another key thing. Also, do, like, a how-to video, or do like I'm doing now, just a video of me talking, but explaining something that's content that people are interested in learning about, or wanting to hear somebody else's opinion about. Do that. One, it makes you look credible. Two, it makes people think that you know what you're talking about. And no, I'm not saying on this video that I don't know what I'm talking about. I do know what I'm talking about, because I do this every day. And I've been for about the past, I would say, 6 months. And so what the things I've learned the past 6 months, I'm giving it to you in a short video. Next thing you want to do is just make sure you got your own blog or your own website, because the key thing really there is content. Post things on your blog, but then take those same things, like that blog post, and post it on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. One, because it gets people to come to your blog, so you get your blog some views. Two, you can use, like, Google AdSense or ClickBank, and then you can make money off of that blog. You know what I'm saying? There's more ways in making money in the music industry than just the music. Trust me on that. Music might be like I would say, really like the byproduct of it. A key thing that you want to do with your blog, or one of the things that I'm going to do, or I'm starting to do, is post things from, like, the elite, or post things from other people that you follow. Make sure you give them credit. Big thing, yeah, give them credit. And then post things that you learn from other sources. One, to help you come up on the the SEO scale, help you come up on that as far as your blog. Two, you can post something like a Jay-Z dropped a new song, or Lil Wayne dropped a song, or Kendrick, or somebody like that. Post, like, their music, their new stuff, and then turn around and post something like that you did, like, in between that, because then it makes people think that you're on the level of them. or whatever. It